So doesn't love the WLTOYS 144001, arguably one of the best cars that they have ever made and one of the quickest up until now, when they've finally brought out the brushless version, the 144010. This is brushed, that's brushless, and it's got a claimed top speed of 75 kilometers an hour. So let's dive straight in and see what we get for our money. And I think it's time to put that speed to the test. Name. Now these might not be a household brand name like Traxxas and Armour are, but WLTOYS definitely listening to their customers and seeing what people are doing with them. People modified this to go well over 100 miles an hour. WLTOYS then brought out a version with a longer wheelbase, meaning you could squeeze everything in if you wanted to go brushless a little bit easier. Then finally they came out with a brushless version of this car. And the power plant from this should be good for 3S, and I believe that's the same power plant as in this car. And as I unbox this, I would say that the more of these cars that are coming out, the better the spares availability is. In fact, it's pretty good right now, as there's quite a few common parts between all of these cars. But not only that, there's now a lot of hop-up parts coming out of the aftermarket in there. Now, I would just say there was a V1 and a V2 version of the brushless 124017. The V1 version had the black and chrome steering wheel, but this one comes with the blue steering wheel, indicating this has got the version 2 electrics fitted to this car, which should mean under here we've got a 4300 kV brushless motor. Now, differences from the outside, the only visual clues: different colour body on the newer car and the knobbly tyres compared to the smooth ones on the brush version. Okay, let's check out the differences inside the car. I'm only holding it up like this. As you can see, the rear wheels have actually got quite a bit of toe in, the front wheels quite a bit of toe out, but everything is pretty much fully adjustable, both front and rear. Biggest differences is on the inside. 60 amp ESC with a fan, brushless 4300 kV motor, and the 2S LiPo it comes with tucked away under there. And it's also got a tiny little cat pack in there as well. And it's got a 3-wire servo. Now I would point out, if you want to upgrade that 3-wire servo, you are going to have to change the receiver. You're not going to have to change the ESC, as it's not got a combined ESC and receiver like this car has. But other than that, I'm sure this car will look fairly familiar to anybody who has a WLTOYS car. I cannot wait to get that battery charged, get the GPS on this thing, and see if it does hit that magic 75 kilometers an hour or not. And whilst it comes with a 2S 1500 mAh LiPo included, I'm also going to be testing it with this 3S LiPo as well today. And I believe the transmitter's had an upgrade to increase the range, but as ever, can anybody tell me what this little button mark 1234 is? Because I have no clue on any of the WLTOYS cars. We've got throttle dual rate and steering trim on there. Anyway, 4A batteries in, let's go test this. Okay, my battery's charged, so I'm ready to go. I would just point out that the car is pretty well damped. Earlier versions of the WLTOYS cars didn't arguably come with a huge amount of oil, but as you can see, that's pretty good. And if you want to fit a bigger battery, fairly easy job, because if you remove these two screws, that'll enable you to move that front battery tray mount forwards to these two holes here. So with 30 seconds work, you can be able to fit a bigger battery in, just like that. Just remember guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, 2S battery in. See just how quick it is. This is its first run. So on 2S, feed that power in nice and gently rich. Short wheelbase, so it's a bit of a handful to keep it in a straight line. Good brakes, excellent brakes. And you know me, boys and girls, I love cars with good brakes. Okay, so what are we thinking? 42 miles an hour. Okay, well, when I was doing the speed run with it, just a little bit of cog in there to start with. Doesn't seem to want there's like a bit of a pause before it lets loose. Will flick the back out, but its tendency, its natural tendency, wants to understeer. I suspect that with those knobbly tyres, that is no surprise. Oh. Now, mine's showing no tendency to want a wheelie at the minute, but it is lifting that inside front wheel, I see. On grass, see how we get on. Oh, we want a wheelie on grass there straight away. Now, I will say, once it gets going, you can absolutely nail it, but it's cogging slightly off the line. But not sure if that just needs something a bit stiff, but it needs him running in. Turning radius, yeah, not too bad. It's got enough power to spin all four wheels at a push. Now whilst it will go off-road, its forte is obviously, in the main, going to be on blacktop, which is where most of us are going to use a car like this, probably highly modified actually. Okay, going to put the 3S pack in. That motor though, absolutely lukewarm to the touch, not hot at all. Now, moment of truth. Now it should take 3S. Moment of truth. Yeah, all good. So let's get the body on. See just how fast it is with a 3S pack. Short wheelbase, you really got to feed the power in because the thing does want to change directions quite fast. When you get on it now, you can nail that power. Oh man! I might need to lead somewhere with a bit less wind to get the peak out of this today. Just come on, feed it in, 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 feed it in. Oh man! Oh, the walk of shame. 54 miles an hour. For less than $140. Oh, picked up a bit of greenery, but other than that, all four wheels are in pretty good shape. Well, just wondering if I could squeeze it over 55. Let's go see. Ooh. Oh. Well, considering it hit that wooden pillar, all four wheels, everything still appears to be on the car. My battery got slightly ejected, but more to the point, did we go any quicker? 47 miles an hour, not too bad. Well, that just shows you just how tough these WLTOYS cars are. As this, hitting that at around about 47 miles an hour and surviving is fairly impressive to say the least. Super, super loose on here. How will it get on? Considering how loose this is quite rearward biased, I would say. So almost wanting a wheelie on here. Well, it is not doing too badly on here at all. I thought it would get kicked around all over the place, but the damping on the car is pretty darn good. It's not too hard to keep in a straight line, you say, so I'm actually putting a lot of turns into this. What do you mean that's take number 5? Oh, 15. Okay, I get it. What I would like to say to you people out there is this is one of the best RCs out there for the money at the minute in my mind. $140 for something that goes 54 miles an hour. You'd be struggling to get that performance out of $350 armour or $350 Traxxas for that matter. You might be thinking spares are going to be an issue. The car this is based on, the 144001, has been out there for a couple of years or more now. There's a lot of hot parts out there, never mind the spare parts, so I would not worry in the slightest about buying this car. I shall be doing a few mods to this car, but I'm going to be keeping the motor and the SC stock in the coming weeks. First thing I'm going to change though is those tyres. They're not ballooning hugely, but a set of foam tyres would set this thing alight. And as the thumbnail says, you will want one of these, and it's for a very good reason, as I've just shown you. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.